I gotta turn the TV off. I'm just being inundated with idiocy. No matter where I go in the commercial break. I don't know, 80, 85. Greetings, folks. Welcome back. Rush Limbaugh, the EIB Network. Here's Kevin, Columbus, Ohio. Great that you held on. I appreciate your patience, sir.
Yeah, it's been kind of tough listening to all the, whatever you want to call it. But my whole point was about the dishonesty of your party and the conspiracies that you got. But my main thrust was about Governor Kasich, given that impassioned speech that he gave about jobs coming back, and like he was trying to take credit for that, when in fact, during the time of the crash, it was part of Lehman Brothers. And then Obama asked, well, I don't want to be like you guys. President Obama saved the auto industry, which saved those jobs. But does he get any credit? No. You guys have been conspiring against this man since he got inaugurated. Your people need to know that. If they do, they just don't accept it. And all they're doing is they're racist, but they're using these as excuses to be against Obama.
Okay.
Plain and simple.
All right.
That's all it is.
Well, no. Let me explain to people what you just said.
Okay,
you assume that some people know what you were talking about to begin with. I just want to set it up.
If they're paying attention, the auto industry was about to go under. Now I could just see the headline.
Would you stop being?
A great American icon.
Would you stop being contentious with me? You've got no reason to be contentious. We haven't done anything to you here.
Oh, you haven't done anything to me, right?
That's right. Except you waited for an hour and a half or two. So what? Everybody else does too.
Yeah, well,
all I want to try to do is put in context what you said because you said it so poorly. I'm trying to help you.
You don't need to help me, sir. I already know what's going on. And
you're a Democrat. You can't do anything on your own except complain. I am trying to help you.
Okay, let me see how you're going to help me. Let me see.
Here we go. Last night, John Kasich gave a speech. John Kasich's the governor of Ohio.
Yes, sir.
In the course of the speech, John Kasich reveled the audience at the convention with all of the great improvements, economic improvements, since he became governor that have taken place in Ohio, such as deficits being reduced, debt being paid down, and employment going way up without any tax increases. And what Kevin here is saying is that Kasich doesn't deserve any credit because he once worked at Lehman Brothers. It's Obama that deserves the credit for this, and we should know it.
That is not what I said, sir. All I said is he never mentioned once that the president saved the auto industry. We have a big car factory. You might have heard of it.
Well, the auto industry isn't saved.
It's a Honda plant. What do you think would happen?
The auto industry. This is why it's the auto industry isn't saved. The auto industry is in debt. The only thing was saved was the United Auto Workers Union and their pensions. The auto business wasn't saved. That's a big joke. They haven't come close to paying back the loans. They're still in debt. I have a story in a stack. They just shut down production of Chevy Volt. You know why? Because nobody under Obama's buying any. They just shut down production. You think I like criticizing General Motors? General Motors is an American icon. This guy's come along and tainted it. I don't like saying this stuff. But you did say, why isn't Obama getting any credit? Kasich up there. Let me tell you something. If Obama had anything to do with economic improvement in Ohio, then why hadn't he done it anywhere else? You guys, you can live out there in your dream world if you want to, and you can think he saved the auto business and so forth. I don't know how in the world you call it being saved when he buys it using taxpayer dollars and gives it to the United Auto Workers and then eliminates it from the market forces of competition. Under that definition, there's no way it can fail because it doesn't have to show a profit because it's a government-run business. And therefore, it can stay in business forever. Chrysler is now owned by Fiat. GM was given to the UAW. GM went bankrupt. How were they saved? General Motors has announced that they don't want to be used by Obama or anybody during the campaign. Some of the people there are not happy that the regime owns them. Here's Mike in Hanson, Massachusetts. Great to have you on the program, sir.
Oh, hey, Rush, it's a true honor to speak to you from a real liberal cesspool up here where our last three speakers of the House were all convicted of felonies.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, Rush, my plan is this, is that you always say that the Conservative Party right now isn't as conservative as it can be, but Scott Brown's having a lot of success up here. He's going to win this race in Massachusetts, and when I already put out 80 signs, and in my travels, I'm meeting elderly Democrats who want anybody but Obama right now.
Really?
Yeah, and their number one reason is that they don't believe he's patriotic, and I think Obama's missing that part, is that the elderly people aren't going to buy the Medicare.
Wait a minute.
This time
I want to make sure I heard you. You say you're traveling around, you're meeting elderly Democrats who want anybody but Obama because they don't believe he's patriotic?
That's the number one reason when I talk to him. I asked to put up a Brown sign, and then I asked him who's going to be the next president, and the large majority just say it has to be anybody but Obama. They just don't believe what this guy's doing to our country.
Well, you know what? It doesn't surprise me. If you look at polling data of elderly people, seasoned citizens, they like Paul Ryan. His numbers are really great with the elderly, the people he's supposedly going to throw overboard. Throw off of the cliff. Well, Mike, I'm glad you called. Thanks very much. I appreciate it. Here's that Iowa story. Obama lead collapses. Iowa tied. It's from Breitbart, John Nolte. For in-depth polling analysis, I defer to my colleague Mike Flynn. The latest poll out of Iowa, however, is noteworthy because what you have is the same pollster using the same polling methods. Finding Obama's standing in Iowa is collapsing fast. Just a few months ago, back in May, according to public policy polling, the liberal Democrats out of North Carolina, Obama had a 51-41 lead over Romney. 2 months later, in July, it was a 5-point lead. Today, it's a 2-point lead, 47-45. A couple of weeks ago, Rasmussen released a poll showing Romney up 2 in Iowa, and they can't get rid of Obama in Iowa. He even did a campaign appearance there while a hurricane was wreaking havoc on poor people.